If a human were to land on Mars, it would be a groundbreaking achievement, and the experience would differ greatly from gas giants like Jupiter or Saturn. While Mars is much more hospitable compared to other planets, it is still a harsh and challenging environment for human survival. Here's what would happen. Mars has about 38% of Earth's gravity, so a person weighing 70 kilograms, 154 pounds, on Earth would weigh only about 26.6 kilograms, 59 pounds, on Mars. This reduced gravity would make movement easier, but could pose long-term health challenges, such as muscle atrophy and bone density loss. Mars has a very thin atmosphere, composed mostly of carbon dioxide, 95% CO2, with trace amounts of nitrogen and argon. The pressure on the Martian surface is less than 1% of Earth's atmospheric pressure, so you would need a pressurized suit and oxygen supply to breathe. Mars is much colder than Earth, with an average temperature of about -63 degrees Celsius, -81 degrees Fahrenheit, but it can range from 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit during the day near the equator to -125 degrees Celsius, -195 degrees Fahrenheit at night near the poles. Specialized thermal gear or heated habitats would be required to survive. Mars lacks a strong magnetic field and has a much thinner atmosphere than Earth, exposing its surface to higher levels of cosmic radiation and solar wind. Prolonged exposure could increase the risk of cancer and other health issues, so habitats would need radiation shielding. Mars is covered in fine dust that can be toxic due to its high perchlorate content and could damage equipment and harm human lungs if inhaled. Dust storms, while not as intense as Hollywood suggests, can last for weeks and reduce visibility and solar power efficiency. Mars has no liquid water on its surface, but there are ice deposits and potential subsurface water. Extracting and utilizing this water would be critical for survival. Oxygen would need to be generated, possibly through electrolysis of water or other chemical processes, and food would have to be brought from Earth or grown in controlled environments. A human exposed to the Martian environment would suffocate within seconds due to lack of oxygen. Their body fluids would boil away in the low pressure, a process called ebulism, and they would freeze in minutes. With a pressurized suit, oxygen supply, and temperature control, humans could survive outside for limited periods. Long-term survival would require a habitat with life support systems, sustainable food and water supplies, and protection from radiation. Mars is one of the most viable planets for human exploration due to its relatively Earth-like day length, polar ice caps, and potential for in-situ resource utilization, e.g., using Martian resources for water, oxygen, and fuel. We've already sent rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance to study the Martian surface. NASA, SpaceX, and other organizations are planning manned missions to Mars in the coming decades, with goals of establishing a permanent human presence. Mars is far more hospitable than other planets, but it remains a challenging environment. With the right technology, humans can survive and even thrive on Mars, paving the way for a potential future colony. However, without proper protection, the Martian environment would quickly prove fatal.